Hey guys, it's Sergey from DeFi Gator. Today we're here to talk about Penrose Finance. Before we start, if you don't know too much about us, check out our content on defigator.xyz. We got a ton of resources and info on upcoming projects. Uh, I'd like to remind everybody before we jump in, I always say this video is for entertainment purposes only. It's not financial advice. Do your own research and always have fun. Don't skip over that part. I know people like to tune that out, and also they hear that a lot. Do your own research, but I'm trying to give you guys the tools to look for these little things that could either make a protocol successful or not successful. Remember, what we're trying to do is educate you guys, point out some things that we have seen that are, they're skips in the protocol. In other words, these guys are trying to rush it to market, or they didn't get the right contract, or they didn't get a KYC. So any red flags that we see, we're going to always tell you that, and you can use that information for any protocols that you see out there, and it might save you on a couple $1,000s that are going to go up in flames. So please, that's what we mean by do your own research. We're going to try to get you educated as much as possible, and we're also going to give you a big list of projects that are potentially going to be launching. A lot of those projects, they're lazy. That's what I'll call it. They're just not going to do the work. And that's why we're picking the best of the best. So at least these ones we feel are going to survive some time and not just be 1 week and then, the chart's done. Okay, let's dive into this. So we're looking at Penrose. This is part of the Sphere ecosystem. Sphere has come out in the past 2 months as a fairly powerful force, in the DeFi space. They are developers that have they built from scratch. So the Sphere is essentially an auto staker, but they are ending their automatic rewards. So in about 3 to 4 days, they are cutting off all the basically minting, and it's just going to be a straight token. The taxes are still going to be there, okay, but they're not going to give you any rewards. So you ask, well, why would I invest in them? Because they're trying to build something bigger than just minting rewards out of nowhere, okay? And I think it's the right thing that they're doing, but it's going to be very tough for them to take this thing and produce stablecoin, because let me show you the chart. So this is Sphere when they launched V2. Okay, they had a V1. There was some controversy because they were KYC'd by Obsidian Council, which is a YouTuber company, and basically the YouTuber, I think Jesse Eckel, he invested in them, dumped a bunch of coins. Everybody bitched and moaned because the chart went to hell. They relaunched this. You could see it kind of went up, down, up, and then this is where the crypto crash happened. Not crash, but it wasn't doing well. So they were kind of sideways, and this is where they announced that their emissions were going to be cut to zero. Okay, so obviously everybody started buying because the emissions are going to be cut out. I think on the 4th is today's the 4th, so I think in about 3-4 more days, they're planning on cutting it off. You can check their Discord for the latest update, but I believe there's 3-4 days left. So what happened here? You can just see right away, boom. They had a 244% increase. Now, those people sold for a quick swing, boom, went down to about right there. It's still 100%, gain. So those people sold. Now, these people are not going to be able to sell for any profit. So they're going to hold on to the tokens and try to stake a bunch of liquidity pools that what we're going to talk about today, which is the Penrose. So Penrose is an offshoot. It's like the Curve Finance, if you guys are familiar with that. Essentially, it is a bunch of liquidity pools. You can vote on how many emissions are going to be given to each liquidity pool. It's very confusing. Why do I say this? I'm not here to scare you, but just look at how they have this white paper written, okay? So, again, this isn't taking anything away from them in terms of the actual structure, the back end. That's fine. But when someone explains to you, hey, I got this great protocol, and you're like, okay, what is it? And they go, it's Penrose, and you're like, all right, explain to me in 30 seconds, what is it that if I invest $100 and they go, well, we got dystopia liquidity pool depositors, and then we got the VNFT holders that maximize their returns, aggregate voting power. You lost it. We didn't even get to the third point here. You already lost that person. They're not interested. It's like you're going to an investment counselor, right? And you say, I got $500,000 to invest. And they go, okay, no problem. Well, let me start going into the scientific details of why you should invest in mutual funds. And they start pulling out a bunch of math, and you go, whoa, buddy. Just dumb it down for me. Is this high risk, low risk, medium risk? I just simplify it to me so that I can just choose one. Don't give me all this voting power, this. You could see Penrose launched. It's not a bad launch at all. Look at that. I mean, but look at the volume. 25,000, 92,000, sell off, 41,000, 18, 11. It's not bad, but look at the last 6 hours, 14,000. They're not getting anything after launch. Yes, in the first 24 hours, they had 220K, which is not bad, but look at the last 6. That's how you need to judge a protocol. They have 38 buys and 68 sells. Now, a lot of these people are not swing trading. Okay, they're staking their money. That's it. They bought or they sold or whatever it is, and they staked it. But no new money is coming in. Okay, I'm just comparing this to some of the auto stakers from 2 months ago. Again, I understand it's a different environment, but still, it's like they're just not going to have that much volume, and you need volume for all these DeFi protocols. So this is well thought out. I'm going to try to keep this video short. Again, I went over a bunch of the, my opinions that I have about this. The platform fees, there's going to be 20-30% total fee on all Dystopia revenue generated by Dystopia LPs, and that goes back to some developers, some back redistributed, all that kind of stuff, right? You can read on all the details here. And if you don't understand, their Discord is great. They're very helpful. If you ask them, they will direct you. They will answer your questions on how many percent you're going to be gaining here. There was some complaining that some people switched from the Dystopia swap, okay, which is a decentralized exchange that's also on the Sphere ecosystem, to the Penrose swap, and they weren't making any basically tokens there. Okay, so you can ask the people how it's going. It's only been 24 hours. There's still time to get in. But basically, in a nutshell, it goes down to this. They're trying to get as much liquidity as possible from people investing in there from stablecoin. Because that stablecoin goes in, you get some kind of token, whether it's DIST or PenDIST or whatever else they give you, whether you can vote on it or not vote. Okay, you can read about all that. At the end of the day, it's very, very simple. They're trying to collect as much stablecoin as they can. And what I always look for is, what are they using that stablecoin for? Are they using it for liquidity pools for a decentralized exchange? If they are, then how are they getting those fees? Are a lot of people using those exchanges? It's one thing when you're Pancake Swap or you're Trader Joe and you can say, you know what, we're charging 0.5% every time there's a exchange of tokens. And there's millions of people exchanging tokens every day on our swap. So I can clearly see that they're making money off that. And when you say farming tokens, well, it just means that you stake your tokens and you can't take them back out of the protocol so that the protocol can go and make a stable coin. All right. That's essentially what all these protocols try to do. So when you look at this Penrose, very well thought out backend, but I just don't see how they're exactly making the stablecoin back into the investors' wallets, because that's what matters. All right. I do believe what they're trying to do is get the huge liquidity pool, and then get fees from the variety of platforms that they have on here. Because you could see there's Dystopia, there's T2 Swap, there's Penrose, and that's all the partners of Sphere Finance. Okay, so they're trying to make this big ecosystem, but it's not super clear where that stablecoin is coming back into the system to pay back the investors. So always keep that in mind. One last thing I want to show you guys. So this right here, you can see it's kind of going down. It doesn't mean that it's going to go down, but it's not very promising that you're going to have in 1 hour you got 2,000 in volume, and in 6 hours you got 15,000 in volume. Okay, you can always check this on Dex Screener. If you don't have volume, it's going to kind of start dying down because people don't see excitement about it. Okay, and I understand that you're staking the tokens, but that's one of the things you got to promote this somehow. So one of the, like I complained, if you start going through this and trying to read this, people are going to fall asleep. They're going to go, investors, understanding Penn. Penrose, staked Penn will receive its portion of the fees as Penn dist, tokenized V dist. I mean, I had one line to read and I have Penn dist, V dist. This is to keep the dystopian and the system building boost. I mean, I'm already confused. Yes, I can go through this. I can spend hours and I can go into Discord and learn. But this is what keeps the regular investor, the Joe Schmo that wants to throw $200 at this, out of this, because he's going to think, I don't even understand this. And because I don't understand, I'm too scared to put my money in. So they're going to go and they're going to throw their money at some stupid auto staker that's going to go down within a week or two, or that's paying right now as as popular right now as the 1% cashback essentially every single day. So that's my thoughts on Penrose. It's not a bad protocol. Ask in the Discord. It's penrose.money. Go there. You can explore that. If you have any other questions, you can come to our Discord at DeFi Gator. Go to the website defigator.xyz. You can check out, there's a ton of projects that are coming up. Click on them. You'll see our opinions of them and our analysis, and then visit us in the Discord, ask any questions. Everything's free. We don't charge for any of that stuff. We're just trying to build this system and educate all the people that want to get into DeFi. All right, we'll see you on the next one.